welcome back to my hobby room. I'm LJ. Come on in and see what I've got planned for today. Here, this is a bunch of die rejects, I like to call them, from a cover plate die that I enjoy very much. So I've saved some of the inserts from gold and lime green that I thought would be really a nice way to make a card and a card front, and so I'm like here to show you this today. However, if you read the title of this video, I'm guessing it tells you that this didn't go quite the way I had it planned. But I had good ideas, so look at the ideas I have and maybe take inspiration from them if you have some of these die rejects that are not as particular. So these diamonds that I have, I thought, oh, it'd look really nice if I could line them up along this double-sided tape. I mean, I had, in theory, a great idea. And so I set about to make this really cool looking, I was very pleased with the idea, by the way. So this really cool looking card front. And I thought, well, it'll be diamonds and I'll make it go across on an angle, and that'll make it look neat. It'll have gold in there, and you know that gold is very expensive paper, and you know, getting the most out of it, you know, if you have a full cover plate and all of these diamonds are getting, you know, out of it, you probably at the end are throwing away a whole piece of paper. So my thought was, or at least a good half sheet of paper, and my thought was, hey, I'll use these, it'll look really neat, and it'll be a great way to use up some of these rejects. Now, I always call them that now after this this little adventure I've had. So I'm just, you know, putting them on there, and I've sped this up 4 times the regular speed. So I was taking my time here. I was really trying to make this straight and make it look really good. I was pleased with my thought process and how I'm putting that double-sided tape on there rather than glue. I normally like to use glue for things like this. And, you know, some days, I've always said this, some days I go into the craft room / hobby room and I just don't have, I don't know, I don't have my A game? Is that the best way to put it? Sure, you've all been there and you start doing things and nothing seems to go right. And other days you go in there and I'm telling you, you could slap together anything and it'll look awesome. But this was obviously the first of those 2 days. And up until now, things are still, I'm thinking they're going all right. At this point, I'm thinking, this is going to be great. I can't wait to finish this card. It's going to be awesome. Again, I took my time. I really made the best effort I possibly could to make this look absolutely awesome in my mind. And so then I'm putting glue in there because the last little bit, I don't know, if I ran the tape, I thought it was going to do something else or it might show up or something. So I put glue in the last one. The last line there, and somehow or another this is when everything starts going bad. So I'm putting it on with glue, which means I do not have the ability to take it up. That did not occur to me when I was starting to do this. And I know that in theory, but you know, when you're in the middle of doing it, I thought, oh, it's been going fine until now. And I put these in the spaces there and those don't look straight. In fact, they look way less than straight, especially when you're looking at it from here. From where I was at, it didn't look that bad. And I thought, hey, that's okay. It'll still look kind of neat. And especially when you put a few more things around. So I die cut celebrate, the word celebrate out of gold. I die cut two other celebrates out of white scrap paper that had some ink on it. So it was not 100% scrap paper. And I start trying to put them together and I put one on top of the other and that didn't go very good. So then I decided to color it in gray so that if you see any of that, it will look more like a shadow. So I'm trying to cover up my mess ups at this point. I don't know what I could do with that gold. And I did not see it looking as crooked as it looks now when I was making it. But okay, so I made this gray. Not a bad plan, by the way. This might be a good thing to know, because when I put the gold on it, it did kind of look like a shadow, as opposed to, I'm putting the glue on it now and I'm just going around. And I'm taking my time. Again, this is sped up. So I do eventually get that on there. That went on pretty good. I was pretty happy with it overall. I didn't think it was horrible. This goes on really well. This is the only thing straight on the card. One out of like 5 things. Not bad, right? Yeah. So I almost feel like if I actually put this up on my channel, people will think I made this up. I swear to you, this is 100% what was happening, and I thought it was going to be fine. This comes out straight. I'm very happy. This and that green there, what I probably should have done is cut it off straight across the bottom on an angle and across the top on an angle and put it on a different color card. Not saying that won't happen yet, because looking at it now, that looks like a really good plan. Because then I decide, okay, I'm going to cut it out and make it a little smaller. That was a good plan. That was a good plan. Good way to go with this. So I'm using Gina K's master layouts, and I think it's 2. It makes that one. I don't know. It's got the embossed stitch marks around it. I like it a lot. It still doesn't look that crooked to me. But then I start deciding I'm going to put more of them on. Instead of putting round things, I thought, hey, I'll put those on and the leftover and put green behind it. The green behind it was, again, I think another good one. Then I decided I'm going to take the green ones that are left over and put them inside. In theory, another good plan. In reality, this is more crooked than the front. When I get done with it, it is by far one of my least favorite insides ever. And, I'm trying to make it straight, and I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, just get it over there. It'll be fine. The rest of it I think is straight. I think it's the one all the way on the corner there on the right. I probably could have surgically removed it and put it on. I don't know, maybe. Because the rest of it looks kind of straight to me here. In my craftiness going through it at the time, so I ran out of the diamonds and decided to use some of these dashes. And I thought that would look neat. Look at that, see? Not so bad. It'll be fine. So let me move those over because I might use them later. No, I don't use them later. But I do put the green on there. I did like the green. The green was a good plan. And I'm actually hating the way the triangles and diamonds are looking. I'm like, well, let me get this down and see if I can fix it. They were glued down with art glitter glue. They're not coming up without making a mess. So I think in my head, all right, let's go on the inside. Let me think about this outside. So I'm going to put this "Have a Sweet Day" on there. And, the outside's supposed to kind of look like, confetti, maybe confetti-ish, right? So what can I do with it that would make it look better? So I'm thinking, okay, let me put this on the inside. And not only do I put it on a little bit crooked and realize it after I've done this, and I'm trying to fix it, it won't fix. So now I'm trying to fix it even more, and I go get a lime green marker. And I actually thought this was a good fix because it kind of fools you into thinking it's straighter than it is when you look at it. It is not the straightest. It is. I do like the way that happened, though. Just to look at it, it looks okay because of the way I did those. That worked, but the front, I'm not liking it. What I probably should do is cut it off in the green, the second row of green going across, and go across the Celebrate above it. But no, I think in my mind, I know what I'll do. I'll add more of these pops, these gold pops. I believe those are the pops. I can't remember now. Luckily, I didn't put it inside that C. That would have made that even worse. But I'm thinking this is going to make it better. So I put some in of different sizes, and I'm like, well, there we go. See? Wait, I need to put more. So I add more. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is I do not like this card. I don't like the way it came out. Not every card that I make do I love. I'm going to probably take this one apart and do something else with it, but I wanted to share because everyone always says, you never show us the bad ones. Well, here you go. I couldn't live with it like that, so I took it apart. I redid it with a light green at the bottom. You'll notice that it has the stitching along the side like the top had. I cut it across those diamond shapes. I put the gold in there to make it look straight. I added some flowers, which look much better at the bottom. It's a much better version. I think it looks way better. I can live with this version, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing this change. Keep crafting! And dance by the light of the moon.